Hey there, welcome to Abundant Source Raw, and in this video I wanted to talk about the best sleeping position for your overall health when you're falling asleep at night. And this is something that I have tried to look for a very long time. I've tried to discover what is the optimal sleeping position, and you know, I tried searching the web and talking to different experts, and it seemed like I got a different answer every time I searched for this question, and never really found anything that really satisfied me or was like, oh yeah, okay, that's definitely the best sleeping position. And I've done a lot of experimenting with myself, sleeping in all kinds of different positions to see which one makes me feel the best in the morning, which one just feels the most natural, and all that. I personally typically sleep on my back, but that doesn't really have to do anything with the optimal sleeping position. And so then I started trying to look at nature and look at how the other apes are sleeping, and I saw that apes are sleeping in all different types of positions just like we do. All the other animals, they just sleep in whatever position is the most comfortable. I've talked to people, experts, and people with, so-called knowledge on the subject. And, some people say you sleep on your side because then your spine, is naturally at the natural curvature. So it's less stress. And some people say you sleep on your back because that will expand the spine, and that's most natural. And so I'm sure there's sort of pros and cons to every sleeping position, but the more I've experimented and the more I've looked at nature and seen all this controversial information, the more I realize that the sleeping position really doesn't matter, and that you shouldn't really concern yourself with what position that you're sleeping in, because this is something I did all the time. I always felt that it was best to sleep on my back, and so I would always kind of force myself to sleep on my back, and now it's become comfortable for me because I've done it for so long, and that's kind of naturally the position that I sleep in. But it's really not that big of a deal what position you're in, as long as it's the most comfortable. That's what you see the other animals in nature doing. They don't have a fixed position for their health when they go to sleep. They just find the most comfortable position they can. That's going to help them fall asleep the fastest, and that's what you should be doing as well. It doesn't matter what position you're in, as long as it's the most comfortable and as long as it's going to give you some restful sleep. And many people associate the position that they sleep in with sort of, pains and aches and stiffness when they wake up. I must have slept in a bad position. I must have slept wrong. But that's actually, in my opinion, from what I've experienced, is not really true. The position doesn't really have anything to do with it. It's your health and your level of hydration and lubrication. If you're waking up with stiff muscles and aches and pains and inflammation and all that, it's not because of the position that you slept in. It's because you're dehydrated, your joints aren't lubricated, you've got acids formed and built up in tissues in your body. So it's just that you have all these toxins inside of you and you're not hydrated enough to wake up and feel fluid and not have these aches and pains and not have this stiffness because your joints aren't lubricated enough. It has nothing to do with the position you're sleeping in. If you're fully hydrated, it has, there's no position you can sleep in that is going to mess up your body and your health, really. You're going to wake up feeling refreshed and very fluid and ready to go. Very flexible, and no matter what position you sleep in. But if you are dehydrated and toxic, then almost no matter what position you sleep in, you're going to wake up with aches and pains. And so it's more about the level of health of your body and hydration. I think hydration just should be one of the number one key points for your health. When you're thinking about your health, think about hydration. To me, that's one of the most important and profound aspects to health, is your hydration level, because if you're not hydrated, it means that you've got toxins, and if you're fully hydrated, then it means that you're totally clean. You can't be fully hydrated and have acids and toxins inside you at the same time. So definitely keep hydration in mind always. And so when you're going to sleep at night, just focus on what is the most comfortable. Don't worry about the positioning, just feel what feels good and what's going to help you fall asleep. It's more about getting restful sleep. Just do what's comfortable, do what's going to help you get the most sleep possible and the best sleep possible. And don't worry about, how you're gonna wake up in the morning. I mean, half the time I go to sleep in one position, and then, you move around 5 times throughout the night and you end up in a totally position anyways. So it really doesn't matter much. Your body's always going to put itself in the position it wants to be in anyways, so it doesn't really matter what position you're in when you fall asleep, because most likely you're going to be moving throughout the night and waking up in a totally different position. And whether you have those aches and pains and stiffness is up to whether or not you're taking care of your body and you are eating your natural species-specific diet. We are frugivores, and we should be eating mostly fruit and some leafy greens, and that's what's going to keep us hydrated and healthy. And definitely, if you are dehydrated, make sure that you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day, and eliminating those toxins, flushing out the toxins with the water, juices, fruits, and leafy greens. And then it won't matter what position you're sleeping in. You're going to sleep like a baby all night and wake up refreshed and energized and feeling amazing and ready for the day no matter what. So that's my tip for you on sleeping and sleeping positions, and also health. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on fruitarianism, spirituality, and natural living. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.